Once there was a funny, sweet joker named Jack, who always wore a bright red suit and had a heart full of laughter. Jack was loved by everyone in his town because he could make anyone smile, even on their worst days. Despite his gift for making others happy, Jack secretly dreamed of traveling the world. One day, he decided to leave his small town and become a world traveler. He packed his bags, including his favorite trick cards, and set off on a grand adventure. His first stop was a bustling city known for its tall buildings and colorful lights. Jack wandered through the streets, amazed by the sights and sounds of the big city. He performed his jokes in the crowded squares, attracting large groups of curious onlookers. People from all over gathered to watch his funny antics and clever tricks. They laughed so hard that even the grumpiest man in the city cracked a smile. Jack felt a surge of joy knowing he could bring happiness to people from all walks of life. One evening, as he walked along a quiet street, he saw a small, cozy cafe. Inside, there was a group of tourists who looked lost and confused. Jack approached them with a friendly grin and asked if they needed help. The tourists explained they were looking for the best place to see the sunset. Jack, always full of surprises, decided to take them on a special tour. He led them up a hill that offered the most breathtaking view of the city. As the sun began to set, the sky turned shades of orange, pink, and purple. The tourists were in awe of the beautiful sight, and Jack couldn't help but feel proud. "Life is like this sunset," Jack said with a wink. "It's full of color if you take the time to look." The tourists thanked Jack, saying it was the most memorable moment of their trip. As they left, one of the tourists gave Jack a small map of hidden gems around the world. Jack's eyes sparkled with excitement as he looked at the map. "This is exactly what I need," he thought to himself, imagining all the adventures ahead. With renewed energy, Jack set off for his next destination, eager to explore more. He traveled through forests, deserts, and mountains, meeting new people along the way. In each place, he left behind a trail of laughter and joy. One day, Jack found himself in a quiet village by the sea. The village was known for its beautiful beaches and crystal-clear waters. Jack decided to spend the day relaxing, but soon he met a group of local children. The children had heard of Jack's funny jokes and begged him to perform for them. Jack happily agreed and began juggling seashells, making the children giggle with delight. He told stories about his travels, and the children listened in awe. "You've been to so many amazing places," one child exclaimed. Jack smiled and said, "Life is a journey, and every step is an adventure." The children asked Jack what the most important thing he had learned on his journey was. Jack thought for a moment and then said, "The key to happiness is sharing your joy with others." The children nodded, understanding the simple but powerful message. As Jack continued his journey, he visited famous landmarks, like the Eiffel Tower and the Great Wall of China. Everywhere he went, people recognized him as the sweet joker who could brighten anyone's day. Jack's fame grew, and soon he was invited to perform at events all over the world. He became a global sensation, with people traveling far and wide just to see his performances. Despite his growing popularity, Jack remained humble and kind. He never forgot his roots or the joy of making people laugh. One day, Jack was invited to a grand celebration in a city he had never been to before. The city was famous for its beautiful gardens and historic castles. Jack arrived and was amazed by the grandeur of the celebration. There were musicians, dancers, and performers from all over the world. Jack was the headliner, and the crowd eagerly awaited his performance. As he stepped onto the stage, he looked out at the sea of smiling faces. For a moment, Jack felt a bit nervous, but then he remembered why he was there. I'm here to bring joy, he whispered to himself, and with that, he began his act. His performance was a mix of magic, humor, and heartwarming moments. The audience laughed, clapped, and cheered throughout the show. At the end of his performance, Jack received a standing ovation. He bowed deeply, feeling a sense of fulfillment and happiness. After the show, Jack was approached by a young girl with a shy smile. "You're amazing," she said softly. "I want to be like you when I grow up." Jack knelt down to her level and said, "You can be anything you want to be. Just follow your heart." The girl's face lit up, and Jack felt a warm glow in his heart. As the night came to an end, Jack reflected on his journey. He had traveled the world, seen incredible places, and met amazing people. But the most rewarding part of his journey was the joy he had spread along the way. Jack realized that life wasn't about the destinations but the moments in between. It was about the connections he made and the smiles he left behind. The next morning, Jack packed his bags once again. He wasn't sure where he would go next, but that didn't matter. What mattered was that he would continue spreading joy, one joke at a time. As he set off on his next adventure, Jack smiled to himself. He knew that the world was full of possibilities, and he was ready for whatever came next. Along the way, Jack met a wise old man who had also traveled the world. The old man told Jack, "The greatest gift you can give is laughter." Jack nodded in agreement, realizing how true the words were. He thanked the old man and continued on his journey, feeling more motivated than ever. Jack's journey took him to places he had never even dreamed of. He sailed across oceans, climbed mountains, and wandered through bustling markets. Each place offered new experiences, and Jack embraced them all with a smile. He met people from different cultures and learned about their traditions. Everywhere he went, he shared his jokes and brought joy to those around him. Jack's adventures became legendary, and his name was known in every corner of the world. But Jack never let fame change him. He remained the funny, sweet joker he had always been. One day, as he sat by a quiet river, Jack thought about his journey. He had come so far and experienced so much, yet he knew his journey was far from over. There's always more to see, more to do, and more joy to spread, Jack thought with a grin. And so, with his heart full of laughter and his spirit full of adventure, Jack continued on. His journey was far from ordinary, but that's what made it so special. Every day was a new opportunity to make someone smile. Every moment was a chance to create memories that would last a lifetime. Jack's life was a reminder that laughter truly is the best medicine. And as long as there was laughter, there was hope for a brighter world. Jack's journey may have started as a dream, but it became a reality through his passion for joy. He knew that his purpose in life was to bring light to the darkest of days. As Jack traveled, he inspired others to follow their dreams and find their own happiness. His story became one of hope, courage, and the power of laughter. And though Jack's journey would never truly end, he was content knowing he had made a difference. The sweet joker's legacy lived on in every laugh, every smile, and every heart he touched. Jack knew that he didn't need to be the biggest or the best, he just needed to be himself. And that, in the end, was the greatest adventure of all. As Jack walked into the sunset, he felt the world smiling with him. The sweet joker's journey was far from over, and that was the most exciting part.